My dear students, our next topic is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Now, all the flowering plants includes under the phylum, that is Angiosperms. So, Angiosperms is the phylum comprising of all varieties of flowering plants. So, the sexual reproduction in plants involves the following steps. Let us go through the steps one by one. That is, the reproductive parts of a flower of a plant is located in the flower. So the reproductive parts include, if it is sexual reproduction, as you know, it must include the involvement of male and female part. So in a plant, the male part of the flower is called stamen and the female part of the plant is called carpel or pistil. Now the stamen includes, that is the male part of the flower. So stamen includes anther and filament, and these two parts together, the male part of the flower is called as androecium and the female part of the flower is called pistil or carpel, which include stigma, style, ovary and ovule, and together these parts is called gynoecium. So androecium is the male part of the flower and gynoecium is the female part of the flower. Now see here, if in a plant any one of these, either stamen or pistil, if any one of these is present, such a flower is called a unisexual flower. That is, either the flower possesses stamen or pistil. Now such a flower is called a unisexual flower and the examples are papaya and watermelon. On the other hand, if a plant possesses both these parts, that is stamen and pistil, or if in a flower male part and female part is present, such a flower is called a bisexual flower and the examples for bisexual flower are hibiscus and mustard. Now look here, you can see the diagram of a bisexual flower. As I have already told you that hibiscus is an example for a bisexual flower. So this is the flower of hibiscus. Now see here, anther and filament. Anther and filament forms the male part of the flower, together called stamen, or it is the androecium of the flower. Now the female part of the flower consists of stigma, style, ovary and ovule. So together these parts form the pistil or carpel, or we can say female part of the flower, otherwise called as gynoecium. So for the process of fertilization, both these parts are equally important. Now as I have already told you, this is the male part of the flower which comprises anther and the filament. Now this portion is the anther, in which this long stalk is the filament. Now on the tip of this anther you can see yellow powder like a powdery substance sticked on to this anther, and these are the pollen grains or the male gamete. Now female part consists of stigma, style, ovary and ovule, and as I have already told you, the fusion of male and female gametes form the fertilization. So what happens here is the pollen grains which are sticked on to this anther by some additional agencies, maybe wind, insects or birds or any medium or any agency, helps to transfer these pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. So when it reaches onto the stigma, some chemical substances are secreted by the stigma, and due to some chemical nutritious substances are produced by the stigma, and with the help of these nutritious substance, the pollen grains may generate pollen tube, and this will move through the style and it will reach inside the ovary where ovules are present, and ovules and the male gamete, that is the pollen grains, will undergo the process of fusion and fertilization and a new zygote is formed. So this is the process of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. After fertilization, the ovary develop into fruit and ovule develop into seed. So this is how sexual reproduction takes place in flowering plants.